I dropped out of one of the most prestigious business schools in the world where I was on track to work in investment banking on Wall Street to become a TikToker. I'm going to be getting very personal today and telling you why one of the biggest risks of my life has potential to be one of the most profitable ones. I just ask you refrain from judgment just a little bit in this video because I'm going to be getting pretty vulnerable, discussing things about how much money I make per month, how I used to work at a stock brokerage firm, what it was like growing up, how I grew my TikTok from 0 to 700,000 followers, and ultimately why I dropped out of college. Best place to start is actually growing up in middle school. So I had the unfortunate fate of transferring between 4 schools in a matter of 5 years. And believe it or not, kids are not always the nicest to transfer students. However, it's not all that bad because I do credit this experience to being an integral part to getting me to where I am today. Yes, I got bullied a lot, and yes, it was challenging having to learn the rules for all new schools, but it taught me something very valuable. I became comfortable being uncomfortable. I seriously believe this is my most valuable skill, which is basically just being able to pivot and adapt to new situations. Because of these experiences, I have no problem going out of my comfort zone. Okay, so what does this have to do with investing? Now let's fast forward to the summer after my freshman year. I got this little game you may have heard of before called GTA 5. When my friends and I first got the game, we got some bundle that came with like $1 million of in-game currency. Well, a lot of my friends took this money and bought the nice cars, the nice apartments inside the game. For some reason though, I decided to take my money and invest that into the businesses, such as the bunker business, the biker business, and the CEO business. These businesses not only paid for themselves, but they actually made me additional money every hour just while I played the game. They referred to this in the game by a silly little term called passive income. Well, my 15-year-old self decided to want to make more money in GTA so I can buy even more businesses, more cars, and more apartments. So I looked up on YouTube how to make passive income, trying to get better at the game. Keep in mind, I had no idea passive income was even a real life thing. And this is where I stumbled upon real life passive income mechanisms such as stocks, real estate, and got me into investing for the first time. From here, YouTube started recommending me personal finance videos. And I actually started off watching Dave Ramsey. While I don't necessarily agree with him anymore, I do think it's a solid starting point, and it led me down the personal finance rabbit hole. And this eventually led me to incredible creators I still watch today, such as Graham Stephan, 2 Cents, and The Plain Bagel. Now that I had an interest in personal finance, I decided to put my money where my mouth was. I bought my first stock when I was a sophomore in high school at the age of 15. And drop a comment what stock you think is the first one I ever bought. I'll like and reply to whoever can guess it. I'll even follow you back on Instagram if you drop your handle. This may be fairly obvious to those who join my daily TikTok lives. It's weird explaining this, but it's so much different actually investing rather than just studying it. When your own money's on the line, it's a much more engaging and quite honestly emotional experience. After I bought my first stock, I have fond memories of checking the stock price daily. My friends Gabe Will and I would arrive to Third Hour Language Arts early every single day at approximately 9:28 a.m. and relentlessly refresh our phones at 9:30 a.m. just so we can see how the stock I own behaved right when the market opened at 9:30. So another year goes by and I'm obsessed with the idea that my money can grow by its own. However, I feel my knowledge with investing is a bit limited. Naturally, I thought, well, I have some investing knowledge, and I bet other students have investing knowledge. Why don't I just make a club where we can meet and share our investing knowledge together? Only one problem. I needed a teacher to let me use their classroom. I decided I'd ask the economics teacher at my school because I thought that made the most sense. The thing was, I never met this guy before. He was the old varsity football coach. He was going to be my future AP economics teacher, and overall just a pretty intimidating guy. I essentially just cold approached him terrified and pitched my idea. Luckily though, he took a chance on me and gave me permission to use his room. So at 16, I was the proud founder and president of the Future Investors Club. Basically, I held monthly meetings where I'd teach basic personal finance. These were topics such as index fund investing, fundamental and technical analysis, retirement accounts, and much more. I also started an annual investing competition, which each of us would start off with $10,000 of fake money and see who makes the most of it by the end of the year investing. This was really beneficial because it took the concept we were learning and put it into practice. There was also a social aspect to it where we'd talk about market trends each meeting, we'd analyze why the stocks we own go up or down, and then you're also just surrounded by like-minded individuals. Now we're getting to the good part where I explain how I used to leave school early to work with stockbrokers. Alright, so the city I grew up in had 3 local high schools. Each high school had around 2,000 students, and then within our district there was a competitive internship program that accepted about 30 to 40 students between the 3 high schools each year. These students would leave school an hour early and then work a real job. So my ambitious self was set on getting in. My application was for some reason accepted through the first round of review. I then got invited to and made it through first round interviews, got invited back to second round interviews, and I was lucky enough to get accepted into the internship program. This meant I had the opportunity to work at real financial institutions at 17 years old. And let me tell you, I felt like a baller. Every day I'd have to go to school in a suit, bring my briefcase with my laptop and my analyst reports inside, and then leave school early to work at a prestigious job in finance. My first internship was with a wealth management firm. This is basically just a fancy term for a company that helps you preserve and grow your money. The department I specifically worked in focused on retirement accounts and minimizing tax liability. I just realized this is probably why I love long-term investing and learning ways to save money on taxes so much. This first internship was a great experience, but I had a desire to learn more about the nuances of the financial markets. I ended up getting a new internship where I worked at a stock brokerage firm. These are basically the guys that buy and sell stocks for people. If you've ever seen The Wolf of Wall Street, those were stockbrokers. However, the firm I worked at was obviously very professional and wasn't like the movie at all. Regardless though, there were a couple wild stories from my internship, so drop a comment comment if you want me to talk about those in another video. My internship program at the stock brokerage firm was literally life-changing. For privacy reasons and out of respect though, I'm not going to go into too much detail. Basic summary, I interned under an older gentleman who was fairly high up in the firm. And let me tell you, he had an enormous amount of knowledge about the financial markets. And he would literally take between 1 and 2 hours out of his day every day just to teach me about investing. And most people underappreciated how valuable this was. This guy was literally missing out on thousands of dollars worth of trades that he could be making with clients, but instead he valued teaching me for free instead. This had a huge effect on me and is why to this day I don't sell any courses, no premium discords, and don't charge you in any way. This dude was literally a multimillionaire and he spent his time teaching me for free. If he did that, what makes me think I'm in the position to try to take your guys' money? The way I view it is we're literally a family. You guys have supported my platform, you have given me my dream career, and you've supported me for months. So who am I to turn around and charge you? My goal is to build the closest personal finance community on the internet, and I want to focus on making your pockets bigger. I'm not going to be able to accomplish that by constantly taking money out of your pockets. Hopefully in return, you value my content and continue to support me and watch my videos. Speaking of, feel free to like if you want to help out. But yeah, from there we can get some really cool sponsors, take that money, reinvest it into the videos, and then make your pockets even bigger. That's the long-term goal of the channel for me. So yeah, at the stock brokerage firm, I learned much more complex financial techniques such as options, derivatives, and the value of using leverage. It was eye-opening to say the least. At this point in life, I'm fairly knowledgeable about the financial markets, and I've been personally investing for years now. So what's next? Wall Street. I think dreams are only crazy if you don't have a plan. Obviously though, I did have a plan. Throughout high school, I worked incredibly hard and honestly sacrificed more than I wish I would have. I took the most challenging classes available, which were all accelerated or AP classes. The only electives I took were business oriented. I had a 4.444 GPA. I was on the robotics team. I was a member of National Honor Society. I was the vice president of DECA. I competed all the way to internationals for DECA. I played varsity soccer. I played travel soccer. I was the founder and president of the Future Investors Club. I ran my own e-commerce business. And of course, I already had 2 internships under my belt before high school was even finished. I was determined to get into a great university and work on Wall Street. And my hard work ended up paying off. I was accepted into one of the best business schools in the country. Now let's fast forward to college. I've sacrificed so much to get here. I'm attending my dream university. I'm on track to get a job in high finance in New York, but I'm still miserable. Up to this point, I was kind of just laser focused on what I thought I needed to accomplish. But I never really thought what would happen if I actually got there. It's almost like a dog chasing a squirrel, but not knowing what to do once they actually get the squirrel. I'm not gonna go too deep into my college experience, but there are a lot of pretty cool experiences, such as the businesses I used to run, the app I was developing for the App Store, and the Wall Street Pipeline program. And I'll explain why this is important in a bit. And it's finally time for the moment you've been waiting for. How did I get over 700,000 followers on TikTok in under a year? And how much money do I make? So contrary to popular belief, this is not actually my first shot at social media. It didn't come easy and I didn't blow up in a year. I've actually been making videos for about 8 years now. I've had 2 failed YouTube channels, 4 failed TikTok accounts, a failed Twitch account, and have failed at many other platforms. However, I don't regret it at all because all of these platforms were such valuable experiences. They taught me how to film, how to edit, how to be engaging, and honestly just got me ready to take advantage of an opportunity when it arrives. The problem with a lot of these accounts though is I simply wasn't passionate about it. I was just making videos because I wanted to be a YouTuber, I wanted to be famous, or I wanted to make money off of it. And I promise you this is a brutal career, and if you're not passionate about it, you won't make it. Finance Unfolded was obviously different though. So I seriously started posting to Finance Unfolded on TikTok and around January 1st of 2021 because I had to quarantine after going to a party. The first week I posted 8 videos every single day and learned from which ones did good and which ones didn't. From here I made more like the ones that did good and continued to adapt with that. And this was the point of that story I told earlier. Then from February until May I posted at least 4 videos every day and live streamed for a minimum of 4 hours every day. It was a grind for sure, but it grew my account from 0 to over 300,000 followers in only about 5 months. Then from May and even till today where I have over 700,000 followers, I still posted 1 video a day and live streamed for at least 1 hour every single day. Now what's the secret to getting big? Consistency and community. Above all else, I prioritize these 2 things. Frankly, I don't care about any amount of money if it goes against my morals, my community, or my consistency. So how much do I make? It fluctuates. For some context though, last month was my best month yet where I made a little over $40,000. This obviously varies depending on views, brand deals, etc. But drop a comment below if you want me to make a video making a full breakdown on how much I make per month. Oh yeah, but what about college? At this point in time, I truly believe I'm pursuing something that has a meaningful impact on the world by allowing young people to learn about personal finance for free. I didn't have any resources to learn about investing in high school, but I sought out different opportunities to educate myself. That is exactly my goal with this account. I don't want anyone here that doesn't want to be here, but I want to give the opportunity to learn about investing for anyone who seeks it. So short answer, I love my job and I'm genuinely passionate about it. But at the end of the day, money does play a significant factor in whether one should drop out or not. And right now, I am making a significant amount of money for a 19-year-old in my opinion. Also, I'm making more money now than I would be making at my desired job out of college. And for these reasons, it just doesn't make sense for me to stay in school just for prestige or trying to do what society thinks is normal. Don't get me wrong though, college is an incredible opportunity for those who are privileged enough to go. And it really is one of the best investments for most people's lives. But at the same time, if there's a real opportunity in front of you that fits both your morals and can support you, I say take it. College will always be here to take my money, but opportunity doesn't wait for anyone. Anyways, I'm glad you guys get to know me a little bit better, and let me know what other personal questions you have or video ideas down in the comments below. Well, that's the end of the video. I love you guys, and have a great day. Bye.